Phew, late. Again, late by about 5 minutes. It's been a busy day today. And hello, Sue. I'm sorry I'm so late. And there's Sharon as well. Let's sit back a little bit. Last minute rush as usual. Oh, there's the ice cream man, which you probably didn't hear today. Hi, Lindsay. I've had my little grandson today, and only just coming up 4:30 did they go. So I'm sorry, I didn't even have time. Hello, Deborah. Deborah says hello to everybody, and hello, Sharon, who also says hi to everyone. Hiya, Sue. Hello, all, says Bridget. Hello there. Hello, Trudy. Yes, lovely to talk today. Probably one of the few bits of productivity I had today. Hello, Linda. Linda says hello to everyone. And Christine says hi, Trisha and everyone. And Jeanette's watching there. Sandy, hi, Sandy. Sandy says hi to everyone. And Sadie says hi to everyone. Hello, Shirley. Oh, pencil at the ready. Always a good idea. But saying that, you can always look back. But it's nice to be able to go on straight away. Hello, Sue and everyone. Hello, Diane. Hello, Moira. And everybody, she says. Sue says hi to everyone. And Jackie. Hello, Jackie and ladies. Hello, afternoon, Andrea. Andrea says afternoon to everyone. Catherine got your parcel from her Chanda. Jolly good. Good afternoon, Mary. Afternoon, all, says Leslie. And Joanna says hi to everyone. Oh, it's a good old get-together again, isn't it? Hello, Margaret. Good afternoon on this hot day. I know. Do I look... Trying to be calm. Hello, Karen. It says good afternoon to everyone, as does Jill. Hello, Jill. And hello, Barbara. Barbara hopes everyone is doing well. Well, apart from the heat, which... Whew. Hi, Glenys. And Glenys says hi to everyone. And Claire. Lovely to have you all here today. I'm sorry again that I was late, but it was a last minute, you know, sometimes my daughter or son-in-law comes around a bit earlier, but today it was last minute. Hello, Di and Jojo. Hope you got your parcel today, Joe. Hi, Brenda. Thank you kindly. My orders arrived. Oh, jolly good, jolly good. They're all ticking through. Some a little bit longer than others, but I'm glad those who've got them have got theirs. Hello, Donna. Donna says good afternoon to everyone too. Yes, so it's very last minute. I knew in my mind what I would be doing, but it was just having a moment just to cut some bits of fabric. So that's what I've just been doing, and I just hope I've got everything. But like I did yesterday, I'll just wander off and go and find it. But it was quite to hand. Oh, jolly good, Jojo. That's great. Hello, Di. Di says hi to everyone. In the middle of making a couple of fat quarter boxes that future daughter-in-law wants. This is the thing. When people see what you've made... Who was I talking? Oh, it was Mavis. I think Mavis's daughter had popped round, saw both of her makes. And, oh, I'd love one of those. So, yeah, as soon as you show your makes... Leslie, as you don't know. No, because I haven't got round to speaking or doing anything to anybody yet, Leslie. So please don't worry. It's my fault. I just have had no time, I'm afraid, Monday to. Things start tomorrow. I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when I am free. You found my webbing online. How much is it per metre? I couldn't see a price. Oh, I did put it there. It's £1.10 a metre, and I've got it in front of me because a lot of you are asking to see it. And unfortunately, I didn't see a message yesterday to show it on yesterday's. So it wasn't in my mind to do that, but I've got it here today. Hello, Penny. Oh, Catherine, thank you. My parcels are worth waiting for. Good. I thank you, everyone, for your patience when things don't come through quickly. But I know you totally appreciate it is just me. And I know Martin helps with packing things through her Chanda, but I do everything else. And oh, my daughter helps packing sometimes as well. But as far as packing the kits, you know, they just pack into the orders. And then Mondays and Tuesdays, as I say, I have my grandson, which I love and adore doing. but only when he's asleep do I get anything done, which he doesn't sleep all the time, and I wouldn't want him to. But I don't have that much time Mondays, Tuesdays. Hi, Patricia. All right, Leslie. Yeah, Thursday was a good day for me to paint anyway. Yeah, you're more than welcome. As I say, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, I shall just be here, and I shall be cutting for orders and getting them packed. I've done a few today, but they haven't gone off, I'm afraid. But they will go tomorrow, most definitely, and I'll probably get Victoria to go twice. So I shall do some more tonight, and she'll get them off in the morning, and then more than likely I'll get her to go in the afternoon as well. She doesn't know that yet. Hi, Sally, and hello, Hazel, who says hi to everyone too. I've actually got, Martin made me a cup of tea about 4:15, thinking I would be on the move then, but here it still is. So if you don't mind, I'll just have a little slurp. You also got my water, which I like a drop of water as well. But it's been a very hot day, don't you think? Just found me, Hazel. Do you know, I thought I don't know everybody who's watching, as in names of, but I thought, oh, that's a new name today. So Hazel, welcome to the little group that has become the Trisha Time group. Hi, Jeanette. Hope you've had a lovely day. I have. You just got back from your holiday, right? Lovely. Oh, that's right. And hello, Andrea. But it's not you that causes the delay. It's usually the post. I know. But if I could work for, say, 20 hours a day and have 4 hours sleep, it would be great. Hello, Mary. Oh, there we are. Sue saying hi to Hazel. Again, not a scorcher in Blackpool. Oh, no, Joanna. It is too hot here. There we are, just as I thought. I didn't even have to say anything, Hazel, but everybody is welcoming you to the little group that has just formed from me deciding to just do this Facebook Live, and the lovely ladies that call in every day. It's just like we're all sitting together, actually. If you imagine, because I think it's quite a big group, there you are. Hello, Susie. Don't worry about being late. But Hazel, we always have a little chatter at the beginning and say hello to each other, and you know, any little questions I might answer, and we sort of go off-piste a little bit, but we eventually get back to doing something. But it's just lovely it really does make you feel as if you're sitting in the same room talking to each other. So welcome. There you are. It's just like that. We lovely. That's why I've always got a smile on my face. Hello, Anne. Hello. Oh, and another Anne as well. Anne. Yeah. Afternoon, Anne. And afternoon, Anne from Guernsey. Hello, Linda. Welcome to the group, she says. And, oh, there's Patricia saying that. Oh, Sue's got a cup of tea and a scone. I haven't got the scone. I haven't had anything naughty today. We can but see. There we are. I like to imagine we're all sitting there. Yes, it does. It just feels like that. And even if you have me in the background, because you might want to listen to all of it. Oh, Sally's got cake and tea today. Oh, lovely. Hello, Pamela. And Pamela says hi to everyone. You see, they're just lovely ladies. Sorry, I can't keep saying it. It just overwhelms me as to how lovely everybody is, how nice, how friendly, and, you know, just, you know, having your cuppa, listening to a load of waffle from me. Oh, what Shirley got? Orange juice with ice cream in it. I thought you meant orange juice with ice cream. Oh, that sounds different. Yeah, that's quite a healthy way with, you know, some and some. Yes, Di, you're right. We're all going to get together for a huge party one day. We absolutely are. And I think, you know, things are changing, aren't they? Things are moving forward. Still got to be careful. And I haven't taken that plunge of going into a supermarket yet. But, you know, when I'm feeling better about things... Oh, Hazel's up for a party anytime. Jolly good. We shall. There's loads to look forward to in the months and years to come, I'm sure. I'm not stopping doing things anytime soon, and it's just, we can just explore together all sewing things and whatever comes up that I find. Or what's Bridget doing? She's embroidering onto canvas using your tip to put canvas onto wadding before embroidering. Yeah, I would. I mean, I love it. Does it not cuddle? Oh, replying to... Oh, curdle. Oh, I can see. Yes, Deborah's asking Shirley that. When I picked Oliver up from school today, he said, can I have a cuddle, Grandma? Which I thought was lovely. But I think what Deborah is saying is, does it not curdle? Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Oh, Linda went to the garden centre this afternoon. Yeah, I've got that in mind, actually. Yes, Mary. Mary had an unfortunate... I will. Yes. No, and I don't drink it with a straw. Oh, lovely, lovely. My hairdresser's just phoned. Oh, lovely. Pamela. So we've got an appointment on the 8th of July. Oh, yeah, I think... not too bad, because I think the 4th of July is the first time... yes, Lindsay saw that, Curdle. Yes. In the 70s, used to have pop and ice cream. It was called Ice Cream Float. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, actually did. Do you remember that? Well, I felt it was awful. Ice cream soda pop, I would call it. So a fizzy drink called ice cream soda. Ooh, I didn't like that. I think my sister did. She was the one that used to have that. Karen's in Surrey, so we'll be a party weekend. Aha. Hazel, set your alarm for 4:30 every day, predicted text. Yeah. Now, you can set your alarm for 4:30, and it'll give you 2 or 3 minutes, because, do you know what? I'm always late. I'm sorry. But Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, I might be a bit better. You can drink what you like, Jackie. Yes. You can indeed. Oh, you love ice cream soda, Sadie. Oh, you see, it's something that, that never did float to my boat. But it's an acquired taste. You either do like it or you don't. I think it was still like a clear liquid. So I suppose I thought I was drinking lemonade. And then there was this other taste to it. So, yeah. Oh, right, I might be... oh, Penny likes it too. Now, I like Marmite. I bet you don't like Marmite. Aha. So it must still be about. Oh, dear, I'm the odd one out here. But then, you know, I'm telling you the truth. Yes, it doesn't. Ooh. Leslie's got a hair appointment on the 4th. And Joanna likes Coke floats. Oh, and Denise loves it too. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Leslie likes Marmite. Oh, that's all right. So I'm not alone, but I am alone. So I shan't be having ice cream soda with a Marmite float or anything like that. Oh, but Sadie can't stand Marmite. Yeah, I've got a jar of Marmite. It's Martin that usually has the Marmite, because I try not to have bread. That makes up for when I have cake, you see. But I haven't had cake for a few days because I haven't made any. Jill loves Marmite too. Lindsay loves Marmite. Yeah, I do. I do. It's, it's just something. And on toast, yes. But it would have to be nice, thick, uncut. So slice your own loaf, nice and thick and fresh. Butter and just a smidgen of Marmite. Lovely. Oh, Andrew doesn't like ice cream soda or Marmite. Oh, yes, thumbs up for the hairdressers. Yeah, mine hasn't. I'm lucky I have a friend that comes around. Well, it's one of Martin's friends, actually. And she comes around to the house and does it. So I haven't heard from her yet. But I imagine she will be absolutely inundated. And with this hot weather... Deborah loves Marmite. What about the new Marmite? Yeah, you see, I love peanut butter too. Oh. Yes, I liked Bovril, hot Bovril. Yeah, that was, it was like having thin soup, so I didn't mind that. Marmite on a hot crumpet. Yes, I would do that too. Yeah, you're making me feel hungry now. And you see, I haven't got time to do any baking, really. Oh, Jojo, all loves Marmite. I have to buy the large jars. Yeah. Oh, hello, Sheila. Sheila says hi to everyone. Hopes we're all well. Well, we're all eating Marmite or drinking ice cream soda and having our hair done today. So, oh, Elaine loves Marmite on toast. The only thing I could eat. Ah, and Bovril. I don't know that I've seen Bovril much around these days. So, yes, I would, yeah, I prefer that, actually. Son-in-law's a hairdresser. Oh, yes, I'm sure they are relieved to be opening. It's been very difficult for certain sort of independent or self-employed people in that sort of profession. Marmite's a bit salty for me, but I love Bovril either in toast or to drink. Do you know, I should have to look out for Bovril because, yeah, I would too. I would feel it's more of a filling thing. So if I'm feeling hungry, to have a Bovril would be like having soup in between time. So yes. So yeah, I haven't had a slurp yet. I'm holding my tea, but Sandy loves peanut butter for breakfast. So does your cat. Haha. Do you know, when I used to, this is years ago, I went to Weight Watchers, when you could have a digestive biscuit instead of a piece of bread, a slice of bread. So what I used to do, I used to substitute the digestive biscuit, and then for your fats or oils, I would have, I think it was a tablespoon of peanut butter on the digestive biscuit. Oh, yummy, yummy. So Marmite and cheese scrolls. Marmite is short supplies, we're not brewing, and it's a byproduct. Oh, right. Oh, I see. Just finished a Marmite jar for hubby as it likes his toaster, but isn't difficult to get isn't it difficult to get the last? Oh, it is, yes. My tongue's not long enough to go into the bottom there and die. Or was that die? Yes. Oh, and Lindsay's got a nail technician, and sorry, although the niece is a nail technician, and devastated not to be able to open. Yeah, you see, well, I won't show you my nails. I've been gardening as well, because there's not much else I can do. My nails are in the heck of a state. Patricia's getting her hair done Friday morning at 9:30. Oh, lucky you. You see, mine is so long compared with what I usually have it. And in this weather, it's like around the back of my neck. And every now and again, I think about growing it longer. But then I don't like it when I've started growing it. So I'll just bite the bullet and have it cut to my normal short, basic style. But there's a 2-minute hair drying session. That's what I like. Now, something that doesn't take too long. So let's have a look at a little bit of webbing. It is going fairly quickly, and I shall be ordering some more on. I've got to wait till Friday because one of the colours. Hi, Carol. Don't worry about being late. I was too. One of the colours, which is a popular colour, which was like the ivory colour. I only got one out of what I ordered, and what's Bridget been doing? I've been using quilting clips to hold my fringe back. That's a good idea. Yeah, but I don't like, well, I wouldn't do it on here. Oh, but good idea. Joanna's quite liking her longer hair. My hairdressers get a bit scissor happy. Yeah, I think you can tell your hairdresser exactly what you want, but at the end they do what they want until you find that perfect hairdresser that does do exactly what you want. But no, getting back to the webbing, that one is almost run out, but I couldn't find, so that is not coming in to stock until Friday, so that's when I'm going to order some. And also I managed to find some grey, because they didn't have grey and now they have, and I think it would go really well with the pewter canvas that I have. So I've got to wait till Friday to order it. Just realised I've been making cushions out of your seaside panel. Everyone's loved them. Oh, lovely, Hazel. Yes, they were lovely panels. I mean, with those, I did order double the quantity in the end, but it's just knowing. Now the webbing, yes, that's what we're getting onto. So let me show you the colours. It is £1.10 a metre, £1.10p, and it is cotton webbing. So like we have here, oh, that was not, a little bit of sellotape holding it together. So it's actually 30mm wide, which is fractionally over an inch. But I use my bag hardware with this, with inch bag hardware, 25mm, and I find it works fine. But of course, if you're just stitching it straight onto the top of your bags, or you could use this for like the Tamara bag, my latest one, or just as handles coming out of any bag you do. But as I say, it's 30mm wide instead of what I used to get years ago was 25mm. But perhaps, and it's the same brand, but it is cotton, so 100% cotton. It's not polyester or, no, what was the other word? Polypropylene. That's right, I was looking at some of that today, and that's a lot harder and sort of nylon-y feel, polypropylene. So there's black and there is pink. So that is a nice, you know, like a baby pink or a candy floss pink, that one is. Because I have got one, if I show you the other one, there's another pink I'm finding very similar, but it is brighter. It's not cerise, which I expected it to be because I think they called it cerise, but you can see the difference. Yeah, let's just go like that. So you can see this one here is the bright pink and this one is the pink. I've just called that one pink. So bright pink and pink. So it isn't quite fluorescent pink, but it's got that vibe. Pleasant, but I like this candy floss pink myself. Then we have, also they've fallen over here. Then we have navy blue. So fairly, I think you can just see that that's a lovely navy. Quite like that, navy blue. Then we have one that's called denim. That is rather nice too. So it's not as dark as the denim that I stock and use, but that compared with the navy blue, you can see it's always got a fleck in it, almost like a tweedish or a marl, I would call that. But it's a nice, so that one's called denim, the light one, and the navy. Then we have turquoise. And so this is the turquoise, as you would, or turquoise. And this one I call aqua. That's a really nice, it's not quite a mint. A mint I would say was yellower, more yellowy. So you've got turquoise here and aqua here. Then we have, I'll call this one purple. It's a lilac-y mauve, but we've got mauve. So what did I say I was calling it? Did it have a name? No, it doesn't. Oh, it calls it purple. That's right, P-U-R. So that one I'm calling purple. That one is red. Quite a nice red, fairly bright. Not a deep red, but a nice Christmassy red. Let's pop those down on the floor so that I can reach my other two. The other one I've got, whether it was a wise choice or not, I've got white. Oh, and my ivory's in the other room. See, I knew I would do it because the ivory's there with an order to go. So the ivory is the one which would go in the middle here. So white, as you can see, is white. This one is STN stone. So this one is stone. And then actually the other one, I've just put one back. I thought it looked exactly the same colour because no, that's stone as well. Perhaps they sent me all stones instead of natural. No, they're all stone. So I've actually got 4 of the stone. So white and stone, and then I had one called khaki. Where's my khaki gone? I think they yeah, unless they were out of stock. There was one, because the khaki wasn't actually a green, but it was really no, that's stone as well. So I have, yeah, I didn't check that very well, did I? But I think a little picking error was there. But it's a nice colour. To me, I would call that natural. It is an oatmeal-y colour, but that one is called stone. So I've got quite a few things that would work with. So they are the colours that I have. And as I say, I will be having the grey, the pewter one coming along. It will be this sort of time next week, because as I say, I'm not ordering it till Friday. So there is your webbing. I haven't got round to putting the bags onto the fabric and haberdashery page. I haven't got round to doing that, or the patterns and kits, but I have put a couple of little bits. I've put the hello Sally, don't worry about being late. I know I'm thick, but what are we using the webbing for? Is it just handles and straps? No, you're not being thick, Lindsay. Most of the time, yes, it is for handles and straps. You could do, I suppose there's lots of things, but you could weave, because I've done a few things. I've got in mind for the front of a cushion a woven bit, so you could use it for you know, for doing woven embellishments, if you like, on anything. But mostly it is for handles or straps. It's good for, say, backpacks if you don't want to make, so if you don't want to make your own handles or straps, they're ready made for you. Some people do find it a little bit tricky getting a nice finish to handles. I don't mind. I mean, they can be a bit boring the longer they are, but I quite like making my own handles because, I don't know, it's quite a satisfying feeling when you're stitching down both sides and it's all nice and neat. And with the way where I cut my 4-inch wide fabric and fold it in half and then press, then open it out and put the raw edges to the middle and then fold it in again, it's just an easy way. There's no turning anything inside out, which is what I love about that, and you get perfect results. So if you don't like doing that, there's always the webbing instead. And I was saying, you know, the Tamara bag where I had handles which were, I haven't got it because I'm in the other room now, but the Tamara bag has got a different colour canvas at the bottom, and then just above that panel there is a pocket, and the handles are actually attached at the sides of the pocket and go the whole way up the bag, and then there's a loop at the top which is your handles. So that would be an ideal bag for using webbing as well, whether you use a coordinating colour or a total contrast. But if you think about the sort of fabrics you've got, and like say that dog canvas, which was lovely, you might want to put, say, because that was a monotone black and white and grey, what you could do is, say, have a red base to it, so the bottom part was red, and then have red webbing around the sides just to set it off, just to make it a little bit different, or you stay in keeping and put black. And as I say, I've got some grey coming which will go beautifully with the pewter colour of canvas I have. So that's what I'd use it most of the time. If I think of anything else, I will come up, you know, I will bring it to you and show you. So we said hello, Sally. Dog, oh, of course, Laura. Dog collars and leads, yes. Because I don't have a dog and I don't do doggy things. Hazel, I don't have a website yet. I keep saying I have got to get a website, but I need to find somebody that can set it up for me, and I want it to be fairly straightforward so that I can upload things myself which don't take a huge amount of time. I've tried a little bit, but it just, you know, it felt like I'd spent 2 hours on the computer shifting bits and pieces about and trying to get photos on there and thinking up wording for bits, and I just, it's still not well. And there's things that it asks me and I don't even know if I want it or understand it to know, and everything costs money, and I don't mind if it costs money for something I want, but if I'm saying yes I want something and actually I don't, because I don't even know what it is, so I need a what do you call it, a website builder, a web builder, or a, yes, that's what I want. But I shall get there one day, but I definitely need it because I get so many people asking, where is this and where is that? And I try to put, this is how I try to put, in my, in the page, yes, it's a page, fabric, no, patterns and kits, that's right. So Totally Trisha, patterns and kits. That one I try and put patterns and kits. So most of the projects that I've got instructions for will be in there. In the fabric and haberdashery group, in there I just try to put anything that is notions or bits of fabric or whatever, but I don't have enough time to keep adding to it. I've got plenty I could put on it, but I just don't get round to doing it. So I need more hours in the day, basically. Afternoon, Jan. Could you trim the strapping it with trim too? You could. Where have I just put that one? I wouldn't cut it down because it's like a knit. Let me show you close up. So on one side, can you see? So it's like little squares, if you like, but on the other side you can see it's like a knit. So it is really nice. It's a little bit flexible, but stitches quite easily as well. And that side, can you see there's just like almost square? That's not doing very good, is it? So you could, if you wanted to, what would I say do? How would I do? If you've got some narrow, say, binding, and you know when I fold my bias binding in half and press it, so that you could wrap a piece around it and then just stitch through both layers at the same time. Or, you know, if you wanted to put one side on and stitch and then fold it to the other side and stitch again, that's probably quite difficult to get an exact stitch distance on both sides all the way down. But the idea of folding a piece of fabric so that it went on both sides and you stitch through all of it. Oh, don't worry, Janet, we're still just talking about webbing here. Look at somebody else's website that you like and you should just say who built it. Well, yeah, do you know, I did, Bridget. And I happened to see, have you seen Jenny Jackson has just come to her chanda now, and she'd got a website, but it said, I looked at the bottom and it said Sewline, that being a brand, and Sewline I think of mainly for your glue sticks, so when you're doing English paper piecing. So I wonder, because that is her thing, English paper piecing, that whether Sewline have built it for her. So I need to see which company are going to say, Trisha, we will build a website for you if you stock our whatevers. You know, that would be absolutely brilliant. So, Janome, if you want to ask me, Juki, if you want to. What else? Anything. I don't mind, but things I like. I don't promote anything that I don't find a really quality product. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. Sewline products are good. Prim, perhaps I should have a word with Prim. Wouldn't mind stocking their products too. Oh well. Hazel, where can I buy your stuff besides Hochanda? Direct from me. I don't put it in anywhere else. So you know, we have said before it's exclusive to Hochanda, but I do direct as well. So most of the time I have more stock than I actually put on there, but on occasion I only have a certain amount of stock and that all goes onto Hochanda, so I can't. But when I get my stock in, because I know you lovely ladies like some of the things, and maybe you don't like to buy from Hochanda, you know, it's your choice. So I always I hold a little bit of stock back so that it's available for you as well. Or I double up my stock levels so that there is plenty to go round. But yes, so I shall have to. So to see, it's looking on those pages, anything linked with So Totally Trisha will say, or whatever pictures you see, I more than likely have made a kit in that form or have the instructions for it. So it's just a case of getting hold of me. I do prefer either through Messenger or email, only that all of, you know, if you sent me a message and I think, oh, where's that? With Messenger, I can just go into the top and to write a message to you, and I put your name in and up it comes, so it's there straight away. With an email, similarly, well, I tend to put them in folders these days so I know where things are, but I can just search for the person and then I know exactly where it is, but I know it's there. Whereas with messages on Facebook. I mean, some people I do that because that's the way they work and that's fine. But doing with everybody, some messages disappear and I don't put them in folders or mark them as, what does it say? Sometimes mark as read or something like that. Because I think, well, where's that going to disappear to? And I haven't, because whatever message I read, I respond to. Otherwise, I forget about it. So if it stays unread, it's because I haven't read it and therefore haven't responded to it. So I do like to, when I start something, finish it off. Otherwise, I forget about it, and that is not good. So you could do it down the centre too. You could do it down the centre too, Mary. So going back to the webbing, you could put some, perhaps some fancy ribbon, just stitch that down. It might be one of those which is like an embroidered ribbon. That could look really nice. Maybe cull a couple of your pages and just use one for selling everything. Call it Totally Trisha Trading. Oh yes, Trisha Time Trading. Totally Trisha Trading Time. Yes, that would be an absolute mouthful. I think, yeah. You see, originally, Lindsay, what I did, the So Totally Trisha page was the page for purely So Totally Trisha, things on her Chanda and products that I'd be putting, or kits that I'd be putting on there, not to sell, but just a promotional page. Then I had the Fabric and Haberdashery one was to sell bits and pieces. And then I had So Trisha Sews was for my, promoting the workshops I was doing from home or roundabout. But that has sort of, as workshops have been quashed, that's now become what I set up of So Totally Trisha Sew and Tell. The Sew and Tell page was the one where people, I would have liked to put everything they've made, but it doesn't matter. I think I could probably scrap that page because it doesn't get used. And then I've got an old So Trisha Sews, and the only reason I haven't deleted them is because there's things on there that I like to look back to, and I think, oh yes, I made such and such, made that. But if I had a good look through and saw exactly what it was, I could just delete them. So good idea, and I think perhaps I will cull, so that I've just got the main So Totally Trisha, the one where everybody puts, because I love seeing all your makes. It is really brilliant, and I think everybody else does that goes on there, because you get some lovely feedback because you're making beautiful things. Yeah, English paper piecing is Jenny's thing, that's right. Because when we say paper piecing, there is foundation paper piecing as opposed to English paper piecing, so piecing around papers. But English paper piecing is, I like doing it, but it's not my whole thing. I do all sorts of everything else. Hello Louise, hope everyone's well. Internet keeps crashing. Oh dear, that's usually me. Yes, you did, Lindsay, that's right. But I think during this period, everybody has tended to go to So Trisha Sews. So that's fine, I don't mind. It's not the end of the world. Getting the chance to see what you make and everybody else doing that is more than, I'm more than happy with that. So I think before my tea gets cold, I'm going to have another little slurp, and then I will get on to doing the puff quilts. So unfortunately, I did have a little sample somewhere, but I didn't get a chance to have a good look. It's one of those things that I'd come across every now and again and thought, oh, there's that. So I have put it somewhere. I'm just having a look around here just to see if by any chance it is just lying around, and it isn't. No, it's not. Never mind. So, puff quilts. They're actually fairly straightforward to make, and what you have is like a little puffed ball. It's all made with cotton fabrics, but what would I say? Puff quilts are really good for babies. Yeah, Mary's seen one a while ago. I'll tell you when I did make one, and I haven't got that because it stayed at Crafters Companion. But when, oh my God, So Inspired, that was the one, that's right. Because Debbie Shaw did Let's Get Sewing, which I was with that. But So Inspired, Oh, Bridget's always wanted to make one. So I'm talking at least 4 years ago, perhaps 4 to 5 years ago. One of the projects I did was a rainbow. It would have been ideal now. It was a rainbow puff quilt. So I had all the colours blending into each other across it. And looking back, I've got the magazine somewhere so I can see a picture of it. But I never had that back because in latter days of the So Inspired design team, everybody got their makes back that they'd made. And considering with that, I used all my own fabric to make it as well. And I really should want it back. Yes, they are washable because to give the puff in the fabrics, when we stitch it together, we just insert some like toy stuffing. You could chop wadding up if you like, but yet again, I use an old pillow, which I've washed, had its days. I've washed it and then I just pull the pillow apart and use that as the stuffing. So what I've done, I'm basing mine. You could actually do them whatever size you like, but you have two sizes of square. So I've gone with a 5-inch square and a 4-inch square. So the backing is 4 inches, and what is going to be your colourways on the front of your puff quilt are 5 inches square. And you will say, how is that going to fit together then? So it will. And it's not, well, it's easy to line everything up because the critical points to line up are at the corners at the edge. So saying that, for my backing, because the backing of it is, I'm going to show you one of two ways for the stuffing part. Because the backing may be slit, I have just used, oh, going off topic, oh, don't. You just made the fork biscuits. Oliver wanted to make them today, and it was 4 o'clock before he said, and I thought, I haven't got time. And I'd like one, Mary. Can I just have a nibble? Delicious. I know they are. So good you made them twice. I'm not surprised. They are delicious, aren't they? So I'm using my newly in seeded calico, the calico seeded cotton. It is really nice because it's not the most expensive at £6 a metre. And this is going to be hidden inside your quilt anyway because we will back it. Not that I'll be backing it today because I'm showing you the basics of. But, so I've got these at 4 inches square and I've got a little pile of them. And then, because I was in a hurry, I've only got 2 different colour fabrics so that I can just alternate. So I've used a last little bit, which reminds me, so use as many colours as you like. The reason I chose 5-inch squares to cut is because all of you who have those lovely charm packs, whichever ones you may have, this will work with your charm packs. So you imagine you've got 42 practically different, you might have 21, 22 different colours, depends on the, yeah, okay, Mary, yes, please, Mary, fork cakes for the big party we're going to have. So sorry, 5-inch squares. So use your charm pack squares if you want to. If you wanted to make your squares 6 inches square, obviously it'd grow bigger, quicker, and then just cut 5-inch for your backing squares. So, right, let's have a go. I'm going to bring you down a little bit lower. Just, there we go. One of these days I am going to see if I can see better from the other side. I think you would actually. I'll have to, in the next few days, I'll have a little go to see if I had the camera this side here, oh, you can't see, over the back of the, here, let me put my hand here. If I had the camera here, so it was looking on that way, it might be better. Okay, so what we're going to do, I have one, here we are, one calico square, 4 inches, one design square that is 5 inches square. And we are going to put right sides together. So we will line up, you can do this one of two ways. Line up your corner and pop a pin in it, or a binding clip. Line up your other corner. Can you see that there? So we have a bulge, and we'll pop a pin in that, and then we can line the other corner and pop a pin in that, as I say, or binding clips. So what you've got is a very wobbly non-fitting square on a square, and you can either be accurate or not so accurate. So actually there's 3 or 4 ways I would show you here. So this is one. I tend to do the lazy way. So you can see with my calico at the back there, and my piece of my pleat, my excess fabric here, if you sort of hold it, and I do this without pinning, but you could pin if you'd like to. I just pinch it together and fold it flat about in the center, and then, as I say, you can put a pin in there, and then so I've got my pleat going to the right. So then if I turn round, what I do, I have all my pleats going in the same direction. So the same here, you can see where I've got that excess fabric, and I'm just eyeballing where the center is. I mean, you could find, if you like, pinch that and pinch that bit so you know where the center is. Got a little crease, fold that bit and press it over, just so that you've then got a pleat there. Or I'll show you on this way as well, and this is probably where you'd be better, on this side here. So you've got the same amount of excess fabric. You'd probably be better to find, it's all time consuming, that's all I think, and find the center, whoops, and just give that a little press. I'm pressing that in there. So once you've found that center, what you can do is make a box pleat. So instead of folding it to one side or that side, if you flatten it down, so like, can you see how that is? Is that very good to see? So I'm flattening it like that. That is another way of doing it. So if I put a pin into each side, you'll be able to see. You see, I like doing these pretty quickly. So as you can imagine, the pushing to one side. So can you see how that is pleated as opposed to how that one is? So here you'd have 2 bits because I've squashed it flat. Here I've just got one going to the side, and similarly here. So I'll just go with my easy option. If you press them all to the right, you get a more symmetrical, you can see my puff forming here. So actually I will take that one out so that it all looks similar. So I'm all the time, just for ease and my preference, pushing them to the right. And by the time you get your stuffing in here, all that, where these pleats are, it will disappear anyway. You won't see it. So all I'm going to do is, and I'll do 2 like this, is just take, well, first of all, I'll put my 1/4 inch foot on. Now, quite often you see with puff quilts that they take a bigger seam allowance. They might take 3/8 to 1/2 inch. I personally stick with my 1/4 inch. So let's sit a bit further forward. And so I'm just going to stitch, whoops, oh, that's my foot pedal stuck. Please be good with me today, machine. Yeah, right sides together. Is that what I said? I meant wrong sides together, Lindsay, is what I said, what I meant. No, not right sides together. Well, die. Let's just see. I don't know what, you know, sometimes when I think, I'll just have a look, see if there's any comments. Lindsay, you're right with your question marks. It is wrong sides together because you are having your outer fabric facing upwards because we're not doing any turning through at all. So, oh, my hand's in the way now. Let's just bring that in a little bit better like that. Oh, it's tilting over. Whoops. Why is everyone against me? That's it, my hand's out the way there. So I'm just going to go down to the corner and take that pin out one more, and then just pivot that round, and then can we see, is my arm in the way? I'm trying to keep my arm out of the way there. So again, stitch down to the corner, and you're thinking, well, how are you going to get the stuffing in? Just bring that around, stitching around here. And one little bit more, and round to here. Just hold that. Okay. So that's all going to go in the seam allowance. So I will just come off the edge there. So this is what we have. A square that's going to be the top of the quilt with a poke. So what you do then, sacrilege you might say, but this is why, I haven't got my decent scissors here. This is why I use calico on the back. We snip. Ugh. These scissors were given to me. You see these scissors? They are rubbish. It says they're stainless steel, but I don't know. So we snip a hole in the back. And so this is the method which you can do, and I think I was taught to do many years ago. And therefore, once you have a snip in the back of it, it is probably the best idea to stitch the hole closed. But you know me, I haven't got time to do that. So can you see how that's... So you want to have... You can see how that puff is really just in the centre, and it's a bit flatter here. I prefer it like that because there's going to come a point when you're going to sew all of these together. So if you stuff it more than that, what you're going to find is very difficult to, you know, if you've got another one next to here, I'll do another one in a minute, and when you stitch them together, you've got to push this all out of the way because you will put right sides together then to stitch them together. But that gives you your puff. Can you see? Like that. So that's one way. Now the other way, I'll do one in this colourway. So again, pop your pins in and just at the corners, because what I actually like to do is by having your corner points, because these are the critical, this is a critical point, is you want these corners to line up. So that is the most important part. And just put a pin in there and here too. So this time, what I would do is I would just go straight to the machine, start stitching, and I would just put my finger here and round about the middle, just flatten that down. So I wouldn't even bother to put a pin in. Oops, like, get that pin out of the way. So that's just moved just slightly, that's better. All right, so I've just put my pin in there and then down to that corner, one more. So then as it turns, I'll then put my finger in here and roughly about the middle where that loop comes. So I've got my pleat there and coming towards me, and we'll do that on each side. So coming around to this one, and again just put my finger in and fold it down like so. And I don't really think, if it's slightly off-centered, it is not going to matter. Now this next one, so this is where I would put a pin. So here you could find yourself, so I've pleated that down, but I am just going to pin this bit because I want to hold that together. It's just my hand is in the way, but I'm just going to put a pin. Just get a bit out of the way. Right, so I have actually pinned that little pleat because instead of doing the cut, I'm going to take my stuffing now, and while it's still under the machine, I'm just going to push that in. Okay, not taking that pin. In actual fact, let me take that out because I'm sure we'll be able to. It's probably easier to have your pleat in there before you. All right, so you don't want to overpack it, but let's just push that, whoops, in here. Push that next bit in, and I think that looks about the same size as my other one there. So you want to push the stuffing out of the way, and then without my pin in, I'm doing exactly the same again. I'm lining the edges up here, finding that little pleat and pushing it down, and just stitching along there. So I have got my next one, but this time I haven't got the hole in the bottom like I have here. But all I would say as well, because I am going to put a backing fabric behind here, I'm not really worried whether I close that up or not. What I would say, when we put them together, what you would need to do, and when there's backing fabric, is to quilt. So where these come together, and I'll do this in a minute, where those come together, afterwards I would actually stitch in the ditch so that in both directions, so that then any of that stuffing that comes out in washing will only come into that small area rather than disintegrate into the rest of the backing of the quilt. So really you should just take your hand sewing needle and stitch that up. I can't be bothered, to be honest, but if you wanted to, that is what you should do. So let's just do a couple more, and then I'll just show you how to join them together. So we have 2 pieces, and you can imagine a variety of different colour combinations and directions. So I mean, as you progress, what I would say now as well, let's not even put any pins in. This is me being lazy, you see. So start off. So I started stitching. What I'll do now is bring that end to that point, and then I'm going to put my finger on there, but then we can just press this down. So the more you do, the more you'll get used to roughly where you want to stop stitching, and then carry on and stitch down to that corner. Okay, that comes round. So again, we'll just start stitching. I've lined up the edges, started stitching, and bring that bottom edge to that corner because we want that to match up definitely. Then just push that fabric up towards the foot and press it down. I'm just trying to get my fingers out of the way. Press that down just like that and carry on stitching, and then swivel it round. It's all nicely lined up. Stitch a little bit, move the bottom edge to that corner, and then move that pleat up towards the foot. Tell you what would be easier if I had to hand, to have a seam ripper to hand, but you can just push that up. I'm just using a little tool. Push that up. So again, you've got your pleat formed, and also it's just lining the fabric up at the bottom. And then again, to save us, just tuck a little bit of your stuffing. So you could, in fact, pull your stuffing apart so that you're getting roughly the same amount in each one. Pull it apart and just leave it sitting there. Okay, that will do. And then, and make sure you don't fill it too full. So again, I'm just going to start stitching just along there. And again, that is already attached at this end. So all we need to do is push that excess fabric towards the foot and stitch down, and all finished. So 1, 2, 3, one more. So again, as I said, this is being the pins. If you would like to pop a pin in it, as we often say. So again, it's wrong sides of fabric together. So stitched a little bit, line up that bottom corner just there, and push this fabric, oh, I haven't stitched very far there. Right, push that fabric up so it forms a ripple, a big ripple, and then flatten it, and then carry on sewing. One more, and then swivel round. It's already lined up with the calico at the bottom. That's it. Now line that bottom corner up with the calico underneath, and just push that up and flatten your, now you see that's, so I'm just pushing that up to roughly where I want that to go. I stitched a little bit further, but you will gauge how far you need to stitch each time. Got those up, one more, and then no, one more. Okay, and then again start stitching, stop, push that bottom corner, and then push up your pleat, and just, if you need to anchor it down, anchor it down. That is coming along there, down to that very bottom corner there. And again, grab your stuffing. As I say, it's just so you get about the same amount in each one, and just push that in. Or you do the one where you just carry on going round and then cut into your calico underneath. Right, so just push that in and then just flatten where it is, flatten your puff, stitch a little, and then this piece that gives you the fat ripple for making your pleat, just squash that down. And the thing is, if there's a little pleat, like there's a tiny pleat at the bottom here, it really doesn't matter because all of that is going to be stitched in the seams. So we have as quickly as that. So all we need to do now is right sides together. So you can see that you might want to put a pin here. So I'll put a pin in the middle just to hold that together. So 1/4 inch seams, because we are working on the well, the calico, I can see that shifted a little bit there, but we're going to stitch 2 that were, take that pin out now. So I'm flattening it down, but just making sure those edges meet. And again, 1/4 inch, and you can see from there how if I had really filled them, you wouldn't be able to pull those together. Okay, so there's one, and then I'm going to do this the opposite way round. So I'm going to have 2 like that, and I can always go back to this and put even more together. So we will go right sides together, line that bit up, and as I say, pop your pins in there if you want to, but I'm just squashing it down and holding it together. And you can see with my hands, and to try and where that pleat is, it just pulls in just a little bit, but I just keep lining that up as I go and trim. So there we have our second one. So that is the one that, oh, that's it. So this is then going to go together like so. So right sides together, And this is where your patchwork does come in. And I would here, there's no pressing, but just push the seam to one side and the other to the other side. And definitely, I might even put 2 pins in here actually. One to hold the seam going one way and one to hold that seam. So that seam is going to that side and that seam is going to that way. So again, just push that stuffing back, line those corners up just here and tuck that under the machine. So I might, because this is just a little sample, I've just reversed at the beginning there just to make sure it holds. And then all the time I'm just pulling that back to give myself a 1/4 inch seam and keeping those edges aligned as well. Now my pin is just coming up there, so I'm just going to pull that out. I don't want to stitch over a pin. I've had enough trouble with breaking machine needles this week. So there's that next one coming up here. Just make sure that goes over nicely. And as I say again, just holding that together, lining those edges up. That's it, and just reverse as if that were the edge. Whoops, so I decided not to trim that. So there is our puff quilt, like so, which it's a different effect. Good luck, Donna. What's Donna doing? Let's have a look. There we are. Right, okay. All right, who am I back from work, so I'll catch up. Oh, Tracy, okay. Oh, what's Donna doing? Oh, good luck for the interview. Da, da, da. Good luck, Donna. Right, fingers crossed. I missed something there, didn't I? Just had an exciting phone call. Oh, Donna, well done. You know what, since the beginning of lockdown. Oh, that's fabulous news. Fabulous, fabulous news. I might have to change my times, mightn't I, when things all get back to almost normal. But yeah, good luck, Donna. Good luck. I'm sure it will be excellent news. Come and tell us tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. There you are. What? Yeah, I thought I'd missed something there. Yep, Tracy, yep, you can catch up later on. I'll have to rewatch the video later. I should think you're too excited, Donna. Well done. Okay. Da, 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 da. It's different, it's unusual, but you can imagine, I mean, I've only done 4 puffs there, but if you were to have, you know, a much bigger one, and as I say, I did one with rainbows, or just alternating, you imagine a baby one that just sits on top of a cot or a Moses basket, that would be the nice small one. So it just sits there, it's not for actual use. I think I saw that Carol had made one for her dog, because dogs like to push their noses in between the puffs as well. So it's a different technique, but it is quite it's quite nice to make. And as I say, especially with your charm squares, because they're already all I need is a baby to do it for. Well, you never know, Di. I'm not saying you know, no, you don't need it, but a grandchild. That's blinking brilliant. I've never ever seen or heard of this before. Well, I never, yeah. But as I say, it's very forgiving, because you can't tell that my pleats perhaps weren't absolutely in the centre. And as I say, I did, you know, when I did the box pleat where I actually squashed it, so you've got like a little pleat going one way and a little pleat the other, I don't think it made would make much difference at all. And if you're anything like me and you just want to get something done, oh good, I'm glad you liked it, Deborah. I don't know, do you bind it? So from there, what I would do is now I would back it, because I've used calico as my backing, and also I've got those little holes. So from here, what have I got that I could do? I would actually put I would put some borders on here. So I would do my usual of a strip, right sides together. I'm just seeing if I can lay my hands on. Oh, I have a, no, that's only one. Have I got anything else? Bear with me a minute. Just see if there's anything here. Once I have more time. Right, so now what I would do, I have a strip of fabric. So I would just put that right sides together. That's the wrong side. I would just pin it rather than, I'll pin it to where the seam would be. Okay, so again, we would just be squashing the puffs out of the way. I'm just tucking a few pins as if I was sewing along here. So again, with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I would just stitch right sides together, stitch down there. Obviously, it wouldn't be that length, and then fold it back. Okay, and then I'd do exactly the same on the opposite side. So a border there, and then I would do this side, top and bottom. So either, I nearly always do sides first and then top and bottom. And then I would, because you've got a nice bit of bulk here, you've got the puffiness, I would actually put a layer of wadding behind there. So this, if you're imagining this is totally flat, just treat it as if it were your normal quilt, where you'd put borders on and then put wadding to the back and then a backing fabric. And as I said, I would quilt down here if you have done, well, I would anyway, but if you just go down into the ditches, so stitching in the ditches, or if you don't fancy doing that, you could just do your hand sewn, what do we call it? I was going to say tailor's tacks. No, they're not. It's your hand quilting, where you just do, or you could put buttons as well. That's another thing. If it's only for decoration, quite often they'd put a button in there, which just holds the layers together and it gives the effect of quilting, because it goes through the wadding and your backing fabric as well, to just anchor it in different places across your quilt. But that's what I would do then, and just treat it as if it were a normal quilt that you were doing. Hairy. So then for binding it, then yes, do exactly the same as you do with a quilt. Just have your separate binding, stitch to your borders, and turn to the back and hand quilt. Yes, it would look lovely as a pram quilt. Yes, Chrissy, I totally agree. Yep. Oh, and oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and give it a go. Yep. Sandy, oh, you've never seen it done before either. No, it's covered buttons indeed. Yes, yes, because now I love doing covered buttons, but yeah, it would work perfectly, wouldn't it? It would look so exactly as it should be. Another thing I've seen, I just saw some pictures of others. This is the way I would always do my puff quilts, but some people had got a button in the middle, which is also a good idea, but I would work on a bigger size then. I would probably even do, a button in the middle of these, because this was, well, it came down to 4-inch square, which was what my squares at the back were, and this was a 5-inch. But to have pushing a button in the middle there, it sort of takes the effect away. But if it were bigger and had a button in the middle, I think that would work. So perhaps from, say, an 8-inch to a 7-inch. What magazine? How would you join the 4 corners together then if you did each strip separately? How would you join the 4 corners together then if you did each strip separately? Oh right, yes, no, this isn't just the total, this is a border die, so I wasn't going to do this as actual binding. This is, I'm going to put a border on the edge of this, so you've got your puff, and then I'm going to have a border going around the edges. Then I would bind it after that. If you wanted to bind this immediately, I mean, I would want to put some backing fabric on here. So if I weren't going to put any borders. So this was going to be the absolute edge. So if this was going to be the edge of my puff quilt, what I'd do then is the same as I would do binding on a quilt. I would have my double thickness fabric, and I would start down here, leave a flap, and I would stitch down to that corner, if you remember this one, and then stitch off at an angle. Then I pull that back. Do you remember? There is a Trisha time doing just this, and then fold it back and carry on round to each corner. That looks a little bit rough doing it just like that, but there is one where we've done the binding on. So if you did want your puffs as your absolute edge, then just do the normal way of putting your binding on. Whereas what I was showing here was when I was going to put a border. So this is going to have individual pieces around the sides. I haven't got another piece of fabric here to show you. Oh, nothing there. But yeah, so I would have the same, a strip that side, that length, and then a strip this side, and then I put a strip across that top, so it goes across this cream that I've got here, all the way across to this side, and the same at the bottom. So this was in the centre of a frame, if you like. I hope that answers what you mean there. I've seen it done before. It'd be so warm. It would, yes. Oh, thank you, Penny. Oh yes, it's who's done some? Denise. Oh, Denise has done one already. Can you put a picture? That would be lovely. I don't know how to put pics on. I'll ring granddaughter and help later. Oh, that would be wonderful. We would love to see. We really would. Oh yes, remember that bit. So that's for the final. Yes. Yeah, that's lovely dye. Indeed. So binding the Trisha way works first time, every time. Yeah, it does actually. And have you, if you've done the one, I did one, didn't I, where we open out, where we have we have a diagonal join right at the end, and it works. Yes. Bridget, I cut my own fringe and just let my hair grow as it's straight anyway. Yeah, I must admit I cut mine. I didn't want to tell you that, but I haven't cut mine lately, but I shall do. And you just let your hair grow as it's straight anyway. Oh, that's, oh, I see. Lisa Marie saying that. Sorry, have to go now. Okay, Sheila, no problem. I think it's 10 to 6, and it's probably time that I should go too. At this point, I should say what I'll be doing tomorrow, but Trisha's forgotten because I haven't looked. Okay, so another little fun project for you to give a go. No, Denise has found... Oh, I see, Lindsay. Oh, fabulous. Yes. I don't know where my magazine is. It might... Well, I could look. If I were organised, I would have them all lined up in a row. But, yeah, I was really pleased with that. And it's sad that it didn't come back to me. Who knows where it is. But, yeah, one of those things. I won't moan on about it. But it was... No, it was one of my nice bits. So, am I still here? Am I still here? I am. I'm a bit out of picture there, but it doesn't matter. So, loved that. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think Oliver and Charlie get hold of my stand because it's a bit like the Leaning Tower of Pisa at the minute. It just keeps going to the side. Or it could have been when I let it go over the other day. Anyhow, I'm wittering on. You're welcome, Bridget. Bridget, it's getting nearer to Friday every day, isn't it? Strip scraps. Oh, yes. Yeah. So a little bit of what we've done, but I just loved, I saw a picture, can't think where it was, and I thought, oh, great. You know how sometimes when you just see something and think, that works. And I thought, yeah, this is what I'll do. So at least I've got a bit more time, and I might even be able to prepare something and get some nice fabric for it to make. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Josie. You're all so kind. It's lovely. I've had my afternoon with you all and thoroughly enjoyed it. So I will say now, thank you again. I will see you tomorrow at 4:30, and we're doing a bit more strippy. and a little bit different, and I think you'll enjoy it. And I think when I start doing it, you'll say, oh yeah, I could do that. Or you might even have done it already. But from now till then, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.